Two people, same city, same year, same paycheck deposited on the same Friday morning. One of them will retire with $1.1 million. The other one will retire with nothing. Not because she made less money, not because she's lazy, not because she's bad with numbers. In fact, she makes more money than him. She has a finance degree. She has 3 budgeting apps on her phone right now. And she is still going to end up broke. Here's the part that should terrify you. The only difference between these two people happens in a window of time so small you've never even noticed it exists. It's not a decision they make once a year. It's not a decision they make once a month. It's a decision made in the first 90 seconds after their paycheck hits their bank account. 90 seconds, that's it. That's the whole gap between a $1.1 million retirement and zero. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what happens in those 90 seconds, and you will never look at your own paycheck the same way again. Because right now, today, on your very next payday, you are either going to become the person who wins or the person who doesn't. Stay with me. This is the one video that actually changes your bank account. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus is 54 years old. He drives a 10-year-old Honda. He's never once used a budgeting app. If you asked him what he spent on groceries last month, he'd genuinely have no idea. On paper, Marcus looks like a man who is bad with money. Marcus makes $91,000 a year. Marcus has $1.1 million saved for retirement. Now let's call her Rachel. Rachel is 36. Rachel has an MBA. Rachel reads personal finance books on the weekend. Rachel makes $118,000 a year, nearly $30,000 more than Marcus. Rachel has $6,200 saved. Same country, same inflation, same rising grocery prices, same everything. And one of them is winning by a margin that shouldn't even be mathematically possible. If you think the answer is Marcus just earns more, you're wrong. We already covered that. Rachel earns more. If you think the answer is Marcus is more disciplined, you're wrong too. Marcus has never once said no to himself at a restaurant. He orders what he wants. He buys what he wants. The real answer is so simple that most people refuse to believe it's the whole answer, but it is. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Here's what happens the moment Rachel's paycheck lands. She gets the notification. Her stomach unclenches a little. That number, that beautiful full number, sits there in her checking account, and for the next 14 days, that number is hers to defend. She has to say no to herself at Target, no to herself when the Amazon cart is full, no to herself when her friends want to do brunch. She has to win that fight, consciously, painfully, dozens of times, every single pay period. She usually loses, not because she's weak, because nobody wins that fight forever. The human brain was not built to say no 300 times a month. Now, here's what happens the moment Marcus's paycheck lands. Nothing. Nothing that Marcus actually sees anyway. Before Marcus is even out of bed, before his coffee is even brewed, 4 separate transfers have already fired. A chunk into his 401k, a chunk into a high-yield savings account, a chunk into a brokerage account, a chunk into an account he doesn't even remember the name of because he set it up 11 years ago and never touched it again. By the time Marcus checks his phone, the money he's allowed to spend is the only money he can see. There is no fight. There is no willpower required. There is nothing left to resist because the temptation was removed before his brain ever registered it existed. This is the entire secret. Say it with me, because this sentence is going to save your financial life. Rachel saves whatever is left after she spends. Marcus spends whatever is left after he saves. Read those 2 sentences again. They sound almost identical. They are not. One of them builds a millionaire. The other one builds a person who works until they're 70. You might be watching this thinking, okay, that's a nice story, but surely most people aren't actually like Rachel. I wish that were true. Right now, a shocking number of Americans earning six figures say they have little to nothing left by the time their next paycheck arrives. This isn't a poverty problem. Most of these people have good jobs, decent salaries, stable careers. This is a routing problem. The money comes in, and it leaves through the wrong door, in the wrong order, before it's ever told what job it's supposed to do. And it gets worse the higher you climb. There's a name for what happens to people like Rachel every time they get a raise: lifestyle creep. The raise arrives, it feels like freedom, and within weeks, the nicer apartment, the nicer car payment, the "I deserve this" purchases have already absorbed every extra dollar. 6 months later, Rachel feels exactly as broke as she did before the raise, just with a nicer car sitting in the driveway of a life she still can't afford. This is why you can meet someone earning $180,000 a year who feels the exact same paycheck-to-paycheck panic as someone earning $45,000. The income changed, the behavior didn't. Meanwhile, Marcus got raises too, every single time. And every single time before his lifestyle could even notice the extra money existed, it was already gone, automatically funneled into his future. A raise is not extra money. A raise is a fork in the road. One path automates it before you ever feel it. The other path spends it before you even remember getting it. Now, let's get specific, because "pay yourself first" is a phrase you've probably heard 1,000 times, and it means nothing without an exact order of operations. Here is the order, step by step, the exact sequence that turns a paycheck into a fortune. Step 1. Grab the free money first. If your employer offers a retirement match, that match is the single highest return you will ever get on a dollar, anywhere, for the rest of your life. A common setup: for every dollar you put in, your employer adds 50 cents or a full dollar, up to a certain limit. That's an instant 50% to 100% return before the money has even been invested in anything. And yet, a staggering number of workers never claim the full match. They leave what amounts to thousands of dollars a year sitting on the table, money that was already theirs just for showing up, stretched out over 20 years of missed matches and lost compounding. That small mistake can cost someone the equivalent of a paid-off car or a full year of retirement income. Gone. Not because they lost it in a bad investment, because they simply never reached out and took it. The first move on payday is not paying a bill. It's capturing every cent of free money that's already been offered to you. Step 2. Kill the debt that's actively burning you. Here's the order that sounds wrong, but is mathematically correct. Grab your match first, even before attacking high-interest debt. A dollar match is a guaranteed 100% return, paying off a credit card at 24% interest only. So, saves you 24%. Contribute just 100 beats, capture your full match every time. Not a dollar more yet. And then turn every remaining dollar into a flamethrower aimed at anything charging double-digit interest. Credit cards, payday loans, anything above roughly 10%. That debt is a fire, and it grows faster than almost anything you can build. Put it out completely before you move to the next step. Step 3. Build the wall. Once the match is captured and the high-interest debt is dead, the next dollars build your emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of living expenses, sitting somewhere boring, doing nothing exciting, just waiting. Most Americans don't have this. A huge share of the country couldn't cover a surprise $1,000 expense without going into debt for it. That's the trap. No wall means every flat tire, every dental emergency, every layoff sends you straight back to the credit card, right back onto the fire you just put out. One detail matters more than people think: where you keep this money. Not in your checking account, where it's one tap away from becoming a treat-yourself purchase. In a separate high-yield savings account, ideally at a completely different bank. Two things happen. It actually earns real interest for doing nothing. And, more importantly, the friction protects you from yourself. Money you can't see in 2 seconds is money you don't accidentally spend. Step 4. Let the tax code work for you. After the match, the debt, and the wall, now the money goes into tax-advantaged accounts. A Roth-style account lets your money grow completely tax-free, so what you pull out in retirement, you keep every cent of. If you qualify for a health savings account, it might be the single best deal the tax code offers anywhere. Money goes in untaxed, grows untaxed, comes out untaxed for medical costs. This is the step that separates people who are quietly wealthy from people who just look wealthy. Nobody brags about maxing an HSA at a dinner party, but 20 or 30 years of paying zero tax on your growth compounds into a difference that can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars for the exact same amount of money contributed. Step 5. The target number. The destination is routing roughly 20 to 25% of your gross income into your future automatically before you spend a single dollar on anything else. You don't start there. You start at whatever captures your match, and every time you get a raise, you raise that percentage before your lifestyle even notices the money existed. Climb 1 or 2 points at a time. In a few years, you're at the target, and you never felt a single sacrifice because you never saw the money to miss it. Let's make this real with one paycheck. Meet Elena, 26 years old, just started her first real job, $2,100 after taxes, paid every 2 weeks. The old way. Elena watches $4,200 land in her account every month and spends down from the top until it's gone, hoping something survives until the next check. The new way, the way you're about to set up tonight, looks completely different. Before Elena is even awake, her contribution has already captured her full employer match. That money never even touched her checking account. A small automatic transfer moves $120 into a separate emergency fund she can't see without logging into a different app. Another automatic transfer sends $80 into a Roth account. By the time Elena checks her phone over coffee, the number she sees is already the number she's allowed to spend. There was no decision, no willpower, no battle at checkout. She didn't budget harder than anyone else. She just flipped 4 switches one evening, and now the system runs itself, forever, without her. That is what doing this every payday actually means. It's not a lifestyle of restriction, it's a system you build once, on one quiet evening, that then works for you every single day for the rest of your life. Here's the part almost nobody tells you, and it's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Rachel isn't behind because she earns too little. Over her career, Rachel has out-earned Marcus by well over $100,000 in total income. $100,000 of extra money passed through her hands that never passed through his, and she has $6,200 to show for it. He has $1.1 million. Nobody stole that money from Rachel. There was no crash, no scandal, no villain. It simply leaked out a little at a time every 2 weeks through an account she spent from before she ever saved from. If you ever needed proof that the order matters more than the amount, that is the proof. 15 plus years of higher income routed in the wrong order produce less than 15 plus years of lower income routed in the right one. This is not a story about who earned more. This is a story about who told their money what to do first. So here's the truth about the best financial advice you will ever hear. It was never about a stock tip. It was never about a side hustle or a secret app or timing the market. It was about 90 seconds. The 90 seconds after your paycheck lands and whether you control that window or your impulses do. Tonight, not next month, not when things settle down. Tonight, open your banking app. Set up one automatic transfer for the exact day your next paycheck arrives. Start small if you have to. $10 is more than zero. But start, because right now, somewhere, there's a 26-year-old just like Elena flipping this switch for the first time. And in 30 years, she's going to look exactly like Marcus. And there's someone else, doing nothing, who is going to look exactly like Rachel. The only question left is which one of them is you. If this video showed you something you needed to hear, subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down the exact account order the wealthy use that your bank will never mention to you. Hit that notification bell because this channel is about to save you more money than your last 5 years of budgeting combined. See you in the next one.